Welcome back to Moose on the Loose. My name's David. Today we've got the Palestinian protesters are getting shot down. University of Toronto has cracked down on them. They have kicked them out of their grounds that they have squatted on and camped on for the last 3 months. They're also getting sued by the University of Waterloo. Also, the Montreal police are getting hands-on with the Palestinian protesters, so there's starting to be some pushback now, finally, here in Canada.
For the first time since May 2nd, there are no tents at King's College Circle on the University of Toronto's downtown campus. The pro-Palestinian encampment that occupied the space for more than 2 months has cleared out ahead of the 6 p.m. deadline. This comes after an injunction sought by the school was granted by an Ontario court. But while the encampment has come down, protesters are still making their voices heard. For more, let's go live to our Sean O'Shea, who is at a rally. Sean, what are the demonstrators saying?
So on the grass there it says, "We will return."
We're actually live at Queen's Park Circle, and the 6 o'clock injunction deadline is here, and the special constable here has the legal authority to ask everybody to leave, and we're going to do that certainly. But there's a papier-mâché statue that was up here that the protesters put up in the last few hours, and others just knocked it down in the last 3 minutes as we came to air. So this is pretty much all that is left of the encampment, and the campers took all of their tents away. They didn't leave any garbage behind. They are all gone. They went to a protest just a little.
I'm pretty sure they left a huge pile of paper mache
ways from here. You can take a look at some of that going on. So they claimed victory, actually, even though the court ordered them to leave this lawn after 2 months of occupying it, claiming that that they actually won. And so we're going to hear from one of those who spoke just a little while ago.
Our continued occupation through the summer convocation period was a massive victory. We prevented the university from convocation washing its complicity during what should have been a time of reflection on its moral responsibilities.
Now, what happened here is that all the protesters had left, and then the gate was opened by some others who decided to come. A lot of people here just taking pictures, selfies, wanting to memorialize this, not supporters in any way, shape, or form of what went on here over the last 2 months. So the only people left here, some other journalists, Global News, and some people who just wanted to see what happened here. But again, pointing out, no garbage left. The lawn doesn't need a lawn cutting, but it is over here. The injunction at 6 o'clock, had they been here, they would have been forced to leave. They chose to leave beforehand. The protest here at U of T is done.
Why do they even have gates up there? It doesn't make any sense. They should have just gone in there and kicked them out right away. These are a bunch of squatters. At the very least, they should have to pay rent like everyone else. Piece of land, take the square footage, average square footage in Toronto, charge them. It'd probably still work out to be like a couple $100 a month each. Next up, we got this article here. So the pro-Palestine activists are being sued for $1.5 million by the University of Waterloo. The only thing I don't get about this is how do they identify these people? Because they always dress like that with their face covered. Crazy. University stated in a court document that seeking damages in the amount of $1.5 million, including damages for trespassing, damage of property, intimidation, and ejectment. Yeah, I mean, they have defaced a lot of national monuments. I don't know why. If this were any other government, they wouldn't allow this, but Trudeau's totally fine with defacing of national monuments in Canada. The university is requesting a mandatory order to end all protests immediately, removing all encampments and structures built on the property, and return the conditions to how they previously existed as of May 12th. Furthermore, they're seeking to authorize the Waterloo Regional Police Service and the Ontario Provincial Police to arrest any individual who breaches the terms of the order. Well done, Waterloo! University of Waterloo, hats off to that. Down here it says some of these teachers are alarmed by lawsuit. Like, get real. Open your eyes and see what's going on here. It's bad. So we've got this truck here driving around. This is owned by Ezra Levant, Rebel News. I've covered this once before, and they keep parking this right next to the Palestinian protesters, and it's just going wild. He's wanting to break that glass. That might have been the first person to hit that truck. That won't be the last person. Somebody's going to break into that truck eventually. They're selling this merch and stuff too. Oh my God. This F Hamas. That Antifada thing, I looked it up. It's basically a word, like some new age word. It's basically calling for revolution. Guys, your chants haven't worked for the last 6 months. Why would it work now? It's time to adopt a new approach. I already said this months ago. You got to go from the heart if you want people to care about what's going on the other side of the planet, right? It's the same difference. You went over to New Zealand or Vietnam and you started doing the same thing. Nobody there would care because we all have our own problems to deal with. And none of us have the money or the power to do anything. I get you guys keep going after Trudeau. Well, follow him around then. Go exactly every step of his day. I don't know. These people are all enjoying the freedoms that we paid for. You guys need to be more respectful of where you are, because you guys didn't build this country. We did, and our parents did. Calling Jewish people the T word, you're just proving that you don't know anything about Canadian values, and you don't even know the law. You can't say that stuff. Look, we've got Mark Miller here. Trudeau's immigration minister says he doesn't want any pro-Israel voters. Yeah, the reason why there's only 500,000 of them versus the Palestinians, there's about 2 million in Canada, so. Should have parked it, got out, locked the doors, and walked away. Savage. Let the Antifada folks have a meltdown over their inconvenient truths. Awesome. They are so bold, exactly what is needed. Yeah, I mean, that's the problem is like, protesting's fine, but it's like when you start disrespecting Canadians, it's like, what are you doing? We paid for where you have the freedom now. That's just so insulting to us. You got to come from the heart. You got to stop acting like barbarians in the street. Whoever drove this van has difficulty in walking due to oversized male-specific plumbing spheres made of steel. Next up, we've got this very Canadian story. So during COVID, this guy built this Canada sign, and really recently he upgraded it to have a maple leaf.
So this is my Canada sign. The first part right here I built in 2020 around COVID, but I kind of wanted to make it a bigger splash kind of. So this year I decided to build a 12-foot by 13-foot Canada leaf behind it.
I was always got some project on the go, so it was nothing new, but this one was a little larger than normal.
It makes everyone happy. Everyone honks their horns. They absolutely love it.
It looks nice. I've seen people like just stop by and take pictures of it, you know.
It's really cool, like in the night it just sparkle, and it's really nice.
Ever since I was a kid, my mom did the Canada Day festivals where I grew up on the Kingston Peninsula. So I was like, well, I want to do my part now that I live in Fredericton. And it is primarily built for the community. I built this so everyone else can see it and enjoy it.
And fittingly, what street does Bill live on in Fredericton? Maple Street, of course. I kid you not.
This here is a rare sight. It's a patriotic Canadian. There's no chanting, there's no drums, just a big maple leaf and a Canada sign. We got a clip here of protesters are outside of Justin Trudeau's Montreal fundraiser this evening. Apparently not a lot of people showed up to that fundraiser, chanting long live the Antifada, long live the revolution, like this stuff. I've got nothing to say on this one. We'll let the comments speak. What do we got? The first one here. They're not protesters. They're T-word who should be deported. Support for T-word right out in the open. This is what Canada has become. I have yet to understand how this is not incitement to the word. So tired of seeing these T-word flags. Prime Minister Trudeau's supporters, his voters. He will find a way to blame it on Harper. So in the same city here in Montreal, the police showed up and they're not having it. I can't play this clip, but I can probably show you a few clips here of it. So we can see police showed up. There's a bunch of police just peacefully standing with these protesters. I'll see if I can play 2 seconds of this here. So yeah, that's pepper spray right in the eyes. And if we click a couple times, cops are like, it's so weird to see them like that. Normally they're just laying over and letting them do whatever they want.
We shall not be moved.
Yeah, these cops not having it. It's very weird to see this. Reading the comments here, so these guys are protecting Trudeau inside the building, I think, at his fundraiser. I guess maybe that's why they're going all hands-on, because they don't want them disrupting it, I guess. So looking inside Justin Trudeau's Montreal fundraiser, we've got this. It says there's only 80 people in attendance. Now I counted them, there's 57. Maybe there's some people in the bathroom or some people left. This is all Trudeau can bring in now. Who would seriously show up for a fundraiser and give money to him? Are these people all just so stupid? I understand if they have brain damage, that would make sense, but I can't believe that all these people have brain damage. These are people who are just stuck on old ways of thinking. They're stubborn. They're unwilling to open their mind to what's going on in the world, or they're profiting from it. It's funny that someone posted a Pierre Poilievre one. It's like the room is filled. It is completely filled. So next up, we got this clip here. It says there's a demonstration. There's Canadian protesters now pushing back against the Palestinian protesters, and they're starting to clash.
Oh, okay. We have an IRGC supporter here. Same guy who's wore the IRGC hat. Guys, there's actually a warrant out for this guy. He has this guy. Check his thing. He can't be here.
This is ridiculous. This guy's got to vlog the whole thing. Wow. Like, how ridiculous this looks. You know, he's getting pushed around and he's still got to get the shot. Wow, kick them out chant. This is new. Things getting spicy. Kick them out! Kick them out! Kick them out! He's still vlogging here. He's got to get that shot. People are fighting back. It's crazy. I'm wondering why he would turn up to this event on his own. Seems very strange. We shouldn't tolerate people like him. Deport, deport, deport. They are indeed a real threat and need to be deported. A lot of Canadians not liking the vibe here. Everyone on mobile phones filming. This is sick. Yeah, it's just kind of ridiculous. You guys are getting smaller and smaller. Next up here, we got a spicy clip. Now this happened just after the barricades were taken down and all the people were forced out of the University of Toronto grounds that they were squatting on. Now, while that's a little bit rude, but I mean, he's using their own song against them. Oh my God. This guy's a savage. Interesting to see the gloves the Palestinian protesters are wearing. Amazon sells them. Knuckles are shown to break glass, hard plastic. He was prepared for any confrontation with a vengeance. That's an interesting observation. I was looking at that. I'm like, why does he have these? But yeah, she's right. In Canada, you can't walk around with what this is. It should be removed. It's not a tool. What is he, like a sand pounder? Is he is he compacting earth with those gloves? Next up, we got this post here, which is absolutely shocking. It says, please be courteous to your Muslim neighbors. Many Muslims live in this area and dogs are considered filthy in Islam. Please keep your dogs on a leash and away from Muslims who live in this community. City of Pitt Meadows. RIP City of Pitt Meadows email address and phone number. You guys are about to get flooded. What is this? This is hideous. What a hideous thing to put up in the community. Canadians love dogs. If you don't like dogs, don't move here. That's it. What an insane thing to write. We're not going to appease other people coming to our country. They appease us. That's the deal for coming here. They get freedom and a wonderful place to live with clean water and no conflict going on. They should be absolutely grateful to live here. This is ridiculous. Next up, we got this posted on the Canadian PM X account. Enough said. Sickening to see you always support Sikhs. Blah, 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 all these groups. What about Canadians for a change? Next up, we got this here posted by Ezra Levant of Rebel News. Says, we need to deport thousands, perhaps hundreds of thousands Deporthamas.com. This has funny music on it, so I'll probably have to turn that off here pretty quick. Yeah, we're going to turn that off, but you get the idea. Yeah, that kind of music. A bunch of non-Canadian flags. Get this crap out of here. I'm so tired of seeing that flag. I'm so tired of seeing people not patriotic about this country. You don't want to be here, just go home. Why are you here? I thought I'd bring this up. It says Oakville condo plunge. So in 2022, Oakville condo here was bought for $657,000. They just sold it for $420,000. That's a loss of $237,000, a 36% decline. So about a month and a half, 2 months ago, when Chrystia Freeland came forward with the capital gains increase and all that, I predicted the market would drop about 30%. There it is. So obviously it's not going to be across Canada, but in the real estate industry, you always feel it in the biggest, hottest markets first, and then it radiates outwards. And that radiating effect takes about 2 or 3, 4 months, and it literally radiates out from the city. So in Vancouver, you'd have the effects felt immediately, over a couple of weeks, like, oh, the prices dropped or the prices went up. 2 or 3 weeks later, you'd see that going out further. So if you're talking Vancouver, then you would feel it in Surrey, and then a month later you start feeling that in Abbotsford, and then 2 months later you'd feel that in Merritt and Whistler and wherever. It radiates like that. We've got this post here. It says refugees in Canada get $4,000 per month for food for each hotel room they occupy, $134 per room. Yeah, is this true? More than average Canadians, more than seniors, more than veterans, more than the working poor, more than disabled. We know why they come. Yeah. I guess it's time for all the Canadians who live in tents just to claim refugee status. They'd be doing much better off. So yeah, there's a lot of outrage in this comment section. Meanwhile, 1 in 4 Canadians live in poverty. Yeah, it's like, I think it's over 30% now of Canadians are below the poverty line, and like nearly 1% of Canadians are homeless. Seniors get $1,000, $1,500 all total. They pay taxes for 50 plus years. It's criminal, yeah. Head over to my group. Let's see what memes we've got. Canada will regain worldwide respect with these 4 easy steps. Abolish the Liberal Party, reduce immigration, eliminate the carbon tax, sell more energy worldwide. Common sense. Yeah, that's right on the money. Okay, we're not going to play that music either. Happy St. Patrick's Day. I'll show him tomorrow. I'm wearing my LGBTQMN socks. I can't even think straight. Types of headaches: migraine, hypertension, stress. Mr. Speaker. Who's in your wallet? Team Canada and Team Barbie. Forgetting. The guy who stopped with the Biden ones. They're funny. Old man's got dementia. It is what it is. See, Canada, a country ruled by a wacko. Happy Canada Day. Roll up our sleeves for Canada. Everybody come see how good I look. Yeah, that's the only time he's ever rolled up his sleeves. I did that, and there's more to come. You bet there is. That's where we're going to wrap up this episode. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys thought about these crazy Palestinian protesters who are getting pushed back by the universities now. The police are starting to step in. Is this a trend that's going to continue? Is this a one-time thing? I don't know. In the one case, it did seem Justin Trudeau's security were the ones trying to keep them away from him, but you got the universities pushing back, so maybe they're going to start to squash this stuff. I don't know. They seem to just be spreading all around the city now and doing it versus staying at the university grounds. But let me know in the comments down below what you guys thought. Be sure to subscribe to the channel here. I greatly appreciate all of you watching here. We're going to keep fighting for freedom. I'll see you guys in the next one.